Okay, people. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about world events and also U.S. events and also a few other things there now. There's too much to talk about. Let's take it one step at a time. You know what? Let's talk about a little bit about Middle East tension building up more and more. It's scary what's going to happen over there if actually Iran and Israel go to war with each other. It's like a boiling hot water about to burst or a volcano about to burst. That's what's going to happen. I believe a lot of people will die. We will get involved with it, and I don't know if any of you want to get involved with another war, because these endless wars, they have to stop. These people, instead of negotiating, why are they trying to kill each other? These are world leaders. They shouldn't be doing that. That only happens in small scale, like between people in their own nation. That's why we got policing. But who is policing? Government right now. That's the problem. Government does whatever they want because the people on top are telling them what to do. So everything's basically manipulated. They manipulate everything. Oh man, these people are so cruel and so selfish that they're willing to cause another economical collapse, a world event that would change all our lives. They are willing to do everything possible in order for them to maintain power and wealth. That's what's going on around the world right now. That's the type of people that are running the world right now. God, I shouldn't be saying those things because they might target my ass and I might not be here tomorrow because they could do that. But I don't care. You know, right now, I don't know. I'm too old for this shit already, man. I'm getting too old for this. And I think most of you need to start asking the right questions. What is it your politicians are doing for you? Exactly. All of them. And you know, that's one of the things that confuses me about American politics, even world politics, that people are cheerleading for certain people. And when they finish cheerleading, those people go into and let's say those people win, whatever it is they win, they become a dictator or they become a prime minister or a king or queen. They tend to do nothing for those people. Nothing fundamentally ever changes, especially in the United States. We got people cheerleading for Donald J. Trump. Oh my God, all these MAGA people. I don't understand them. But Trump is something special because Trump is corrupt in your face. He has the record, the history of proving how corrupt he is, and yet people are supporting him. Why? Because they think he's something else. He's different. He's not different. He's the same guy than the last one and the other one before him. Actually, he's a little bit worse because he will always be for Donald Trump and his family. That's it. That's all Donald Trump cares about. And you're still supporting him. Unbelievable. Even you refuse to think that maybe he's a good guy. No, he's not. Oh, because somebody tried to assassinate him. They miss. They shot somebody else instead. And somebody else died. And he came, and then the man had no heart. The man, I thought at one point I thought, oh, maybe he changes. Maybe he'll become a better person. No, he became worse. He was trying to profit from whatever happens there. He was selling shoes, sneakers, what, $200, $300 I think it was to pay his shoes? Freedom shoes, assassination shoes. That's who Donald Trump is. And yet most of you fell for it. I wonder how many people bought those shoes. Idiots. I'm sorry, but you're idiots. If you are out there having all these flags of Donald Trump over there in the sidewalk, you are considered an idiot. It's like when I see Kamala Harris flags all around. I'm like, yeah, those are idiots too. Why? You shouldn't be cheerleading for nobody. You should be looking at what they are doing, what their words are, and what their actions is, and find out what their platform is. What is that? What is their platform that you like? What does Donald Trump talks about basically? Race, black, white, yellow. Now he's in the race thing. Kamala is black. No, he's Indian. She's Indian. Who gives a crap what she is? Nobody cares what trait she has or genetic trait she has. What people care about is what action she's going to take as a president of the United States. She's a U.S. citizen, and Trump is going to say that she's not a U.S. citizen. Again, with this bullshit, and people are still supporting Donald Trump. Yeah, I don't like Kamala. I'll be honest with you, I'm not liking Kamala at this point because still hasn't bring anything good to me, except that she chose Tim Walz, which is a decent candidate. I think I give her like a few points for that. For now. I gotta see what their words are, what their actions is. And then I'm gonna keep track of their actions and their words to see if they were actually good candidates, if they win the presidency. That's what we all should be doing. We should stop choosing the candidate that these people give us. Because right now they're giving you Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Are those your first choices, people? Was those the choices you want? Now let's look at their policies and their actions. That's what you're supposed to be looking at. Not the words they speak. Let's talk about immigration a little bit. About Donald Trump immigration, build our wall, build our wall. Why do you want to build a wall? Let me see. I don't care how thick or how tall you build a wall. Guess what? People eventually is going to go through it. It doesn't work. Why spend billions of dollars on a wall when you could actually solve the problem by talking diplomatically? It's a simple solution. Let's see the cause of the problem of immigration, and let's find the solution. But when you see what the cause is of mass immigration in the United States and other parts of the world, then you understand, holy shit, the problem is us, not them. We caused that problem. We are the one who caused all the problems and the mass immigration. Because let's think about it for a second. What's our problem? There's supposed to be people coming over here from Central America, from Mexico, from the Caribbean, and from South America. Those are our neighbors. Our neighbors. And guess what? Our neighbors actually trade with us. And those neighbors provide us with a lot of foods that we eat and that we love every day. Let's look at the trade deals that we have with these countries. Let's look at the actions of the United States involving in Central Mexico, the Caribbean, and South America. What did we do in the last 100+ years in those countries that caused the problem? Let's look at banana wars. You know that banana, the yellow banana you like to eat? It's good, right? You know where it comes from? Do you know what happened during the banana wars? You know what corporations were involved in and what they did there? Let's look at American fruits. What did they do there? American fruits should be called el pulpo. And basically, they were like the monopoly of bananas. And they did everything in power to maintain that power and caused a lot of problems in governments. They manipulate governments. They actually took out government from Central America if they didn't like him. Think about the history of the banana. Go look at it. Go check it out and see the history of what they call the banana wars in Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. That caused a lot of damage in Central America and the politicians. Remember, Central America, the Caribbean, South America, and Mexico, these are very rich countries. They are not very poor. They are made poor because of greed, because of selfish little individual in the Congress and the Senate of the United States. Remember who those people are in there. We have to think broadly, not small. There's a lot to think about here. We have to ask the right questions. Otherwise, we're never going to solve any problem. What, bombs? You think bombs and wars are going to solve the problems? No, they won't. It will create more problems for you, for me, for people down there, for everybody. We will not win. Let's look at all the economical problems in the United States. Look at your wages. Look at your jobs. Look at your health care. Do you care about those things? You should, because you're getting screwed right now. Look at all these high costs. Look at the national debt, how it is. Why don't we ask the right questions? If people start asking the right question, things may change. Maybe. But that's up to you. But if you keep falling for the propagandas of these politicians, nothing will ever change. It will only get worse. People who have been living in this country long enough, over 45 years, should understand where we were in the 80s, 90s, 2000, and now. Has you noticed things are getting worse, rapidly getting worse and worse and worse every 4 years? Because the United States government doesn't do nothing for you, but keeps taking from you. Remember, taxation, so many taxes, so many new taxes. Taxes are meant to fund the government, but they're not doing that. Government prints money, borrows money, and then circulates that money into each other, into themselves, so they can enrich themselves more while we pay just the interest. Now think about that. Go out there, ask those questions. Don't cheerleader for no politician. Ask the right questions. Going back to world news, I think England right now, in the last 8 days, 3 young girls were stabbed to death and a few others were injured because they had a mass stabbing in Europe. Remember, European has mass stabbing. In the United States, we have mass shooting. Mass shooting. Think about that. Kids die. Kids. I mean, over there, 3 little girls died. I pray for the parents because that pain. I don't even know what to say to that, because that pain is always going to be there for those parents who lost those 3 kids. But think about other countries now losing thousands of kids too, because some countries are bombing the shit out of a little place in the Middle East, and thousands of kids are being killed right there right now. But in England, they are blaming the immigration problem. Think about that. They are blaming immigration. Suppose there was misinformation about that, but just in case, but just to keep the story this short, it wasn't immigration. It was somebody that was born in England that committed those crimes. That was just a bad person. We have bad apples everywhere. Doesn't matter where you come from on earth. There's always going to be one bad apple. One bad apple should not stain other people. That's wrong. You should look at the problem and solve it. But think about it. England doesn't have no walls, right? And there's a lot of people angry about immigration over there. And there's a lot of immigration seeking asylum. Why? Where are they seeking asylum from? Who? We look at the problem, and when you figure out what the problem is and the source is, you go right back to where England is, or the United States, or European nation. It's certain people in those nations who have all the power who go create chaos in other nations in order to create more profit, to generate more profit. Think about this. 300 years ago, 200 years ago, we had slavery. Slavery has existed for thousands of years. Humans only enslave humans, okay? And the reason we have slavery because of cheap labor. So if you have cheap labor, that's what you create a problem. Or you maintain those nations poor, so you generate cheaper labor in those nations. You don't call it slavery, but you call it, you're paying them, but you're paying them starvation wages. So people are getting poorer and poorer in those nations. That's what's happening. That's the problem. It's about everything has to do with greed and a few people. Anyway, it's just a talking point right now, but maybe I should go more deeper into those details about the type of system that we have in the United States and worldwide. And we need to wake up. The point about all this is you people have to wake up and look at the whole system and all the political system in the world and find out who they are and what's the cause of all the problems. When you find the cause, you will understand that the person that you're actually supporting are causing the problems. It might not be for every nation, but in the United States, the people who are in charge are causing most of the problems. European nations, same there goes too. So let's solve the problem. Let's find political measures to solve all the problems which we could do. All right, peace.